In a vast landscape full of adventurers, you are now listening to the world of chaotic amateurs.
Welcome to Chaotic Amateurs, the internet's #1 D&D 5e play podcast. I'm your host and DM, Alex. With me today, I have...
Dash is Wolf.
Bentley Michaels is Rafirian Night Meadow.
Red is Arthur.
Caleb is Scory Telbrun.
And Milo is Ball.
And last we left our adventurers, they had just teleported out of the outpost of 9 Towers back to the Chateau de Magnus. Let the adventure begin. All right. So, yeah, you have all ended up back at the chateau. You were just down in the wastes and have circumvented a few weeks' travel. You've got Crag headed up with one of your carts and some supplies. You also have Tiernan working on a body for Florian. He said it'd be about a week before he could send it up. With this being back at the chateau, I think we're going to do a little bit of downtime activities. If there is stuff that, might take a little more time, I know Ball is working on an arcane lock for his compartment. Riff, you've got some things you want to do, and there's some scouting of the forest that Wolf's wanting to do. I think that's what we'll do. We'll take a week or two to kind of go through some of the stuff that you're doing here in town.
Heck yeah.
Can I build a shrine to Cord? Can that also be one of my downtime activities?
Absolutely, yeah. What kind of shrine are you wanting to build? Like and what materials?
A bronze bust that says "Wanted Dead or Alive."
No, I just got like it'll be like badass like weapons, like just a whole bunch of weapons. Just kind of like pile. It'll look like a pile of weapons.
A pile of weapons, okay.
Yeah, and then if like I can get like a skull on the top of it or something.
Yeah.
But they're not just thrown together. Like they're kind of like, placed neatly. Kind of like how in like Game of Thrones, the Iron Throne. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah. But it definitely makes like a structure.
We have a dragon if you want to melt all the weapons with dragon fire.
You chat with the carpenter, and Milo, if you want to remind me of their name, I can't find it in my note. Aura. You chat with the carpenter Aura, and she kind of comes up with a design. Basically, it's a bunch of like metal pieces that come up, and you can slot weapons in varying angles. If you get enough weapons on there, it looks like they're all just kind of this odd like art piece just kind of coming out of the ground where you want to place it. And then a place for, skulls. And she says, if you need to add any more to it, just let me know and I'll get it whipped up. And so, easily enough, she starts working on that. And, it's a place for, trophied weapons or well-worn weapons. Whatever you need a place on there, you can just slot in and create it.
And all the troops that train under me have to meditate at the altar before training every day. That's my rule.
All right. Yeah, you kind of let the captain know that is in charge of the training, and he enforces that every day. Like the next morning, once it's set up, you see them, kind of begrudgingly at first, and then you notice, they take the time to kind of look at some of the weapons that are placed. A few of them kind of come up and ask you about them, like where did that sword come from?
Yeah, just I'll just tell them, even if you don't believe, just close your eyes and just kind of stay silent. It'll be like youth group,
I always hated that growing up, but this has swords, so I mean that's better, right? Silent, shoot. Sorry. So yeah, no, most definitely you can get that shrine. The captain kind of asks you, when you want to start, going on the hunt for those poachers. If you want to just start sending scouts out to see where they might be, or if you want to lead some sort of expedition out there.
Yeah. Fuck this goddamn train.
We can move over to somebody else before,
Yeah, just send. I'll just have them send scouts out for the time being.
Yeah, no, easy enough. They that's good training for them to familiarize themselves with the forest, and to try and be sneaky and insightful in their pursuing of people on Zephyrus's land. Riff, I know you've got some stuff to do in town.
Yeah. Do I ever? Okay, so when I get into town, if I remember the order of things, first of all, there is Sanj's place. I want to stop at the guard gate. And real quick, I gotta address it. God damn it, Caleb, with your fucking bullshit. With your fucking cholo back tattoo of Melissa. God damn it.
I love the portrait.
Yeah, the portrait. It looked like a third grader drew it, and she's so happy about it. All right, so going into town.
True love.
It's
true love.
I like it. She's pumped.
He wants to stop at the. She wants to stop at the little guard gate and say to whomever. Whomever's guarding, she goes, "Hi, Referian Night Meadow, Shadow of the Silver Song, friend of Sanj, and maybe you remember me if you were the guard. I can't remember his older sister, Ravi. Anywho, I've got some business with the Lord and the Lady and my pal Sanj, but I got to do some other stuff in town. So, can I come back later this afternoon? You put a word into him, and then when I come back, you give me a time."
For a kid to come up to the guards and request a meeting with one of the Lord and the Lady's children, go ahead and give me a persuasion check on this.
All right.
Because you're just talking to one of the guards who, this is not one that has met you before. What was that?
20.
Okay. The guards kind of, not believing you at first. They go to ask around,
Tell Sanj that I got my chucks. I got another pair now.
He's like, okay. But yeah, no, you said you had other stuff to do as well. We'll see what happens when you come back.
Cool. I'm going to then go to the library. Meet my old pal, the old lady. The Veritas Library and
the Academy Veritas.
Yeah, the Academy Veritas.
You enter into there. You see a few people are studying, going over some research books. The older gal there recognizes you and says, "Oh, yes, hello.
What's up?" Hey, so what's your deal on booking a research? You guys got booths or something like that? Because I got a bunch of crazy stuff on the waist and treasure of Aether. Let me tell you something. I don't think it's an actual treasure.
Well, I am not aware of what any treasure of Aether might be, but if it is not a treasure, then I'm already ill-informed. If you
cool, but do you have a research area I can book?
Yes, if you need to partake in the research facilities here at the Academy, your time, I know, is running towards the end, but no, we can set you up for at least another 2 days, after which, and she kind of pats a stack of documents. She says, after which we are going to need to employ the services of young Riferian Night Meadow and any that they may be able to bring along.
Tell you what, I got something that I might extend me one more day. Maybe I won't need it, but I do have some information that I would like to add to the library. I was taking maps and drawing stuff, and I would love to look at your maps on the waist and then compare them with my notes, and maybe I can add to something and add to the whole vast knowledge of it all.
That is what we do here, of course.
Awesome. Quick question. Do you know where there's an enchanter in town? Because I'll book my time for later. I want to come back maybe I don't know, later today, later tonight. I don't know, maybe tomorrow morning or something like that. But I do need an enchanter?
Well, there's the royal enchanter at the castle. You'd need a favor to be able to.
Like if I knew Sanj,
something.
the young kid that like lives there and stuff.
Perhaps if they were to grant you their favor, but if you're looking around town, there's a few places. How involved is it? We may be able to send it off to be enchanted via the academy.
Well, check it out. So, and I'm gonna tap my bag, and its arms are gonna move around. It's gonna come to the front of me, and I'm gonna open up, and I'm gonna pull out the circlet of the Warforged. I go, check it out. One, see the sweet hood that I'm wearing, and I pull up my Omen Bringer's mantle. I go, I want someone to put this inside of the hood, so when I pull it up, it can go on my head. And this thing, it controls Warforges, which is pretty sweet. So like. And we've seen a lot of that sort of stuff. So I want to get into that. And then also, see how this bag has like 8 pouches? I want to turn one of these into a bag of devouring. Like as a fun little trick or whatever. So like...
I see. And she's kind of writing this all down, taking notes of what you're wanting to have happen. She says, well, you could always try one of the enchanters in town, but...
But you're the professional. What do you think?
If you were to take on some of the duties of the academy, we could have it done in-house.
You got it.
All right. I will put together a...
she puts her hand out with her chucks like this and expects you to shake the other end of her chucks.
She just kind of pats them.
All right. I like your style, lady.
Well, if you are in need, we have spots open for research, and I will send a letter to the capital to see what can be done about enchanting this and what might be needed in return of your services.
Cool. I'll hang out for a little while because I got to wait for Sanj and his parents, the bureaucrats, blah, 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 blah. And then she'll just go like wherever she directs them. And then like she's going to pull out her book. She's going to pull out her journal. She's going to write a letter to her master in response from the one that she got out in the waste. And the second she does that, she's going to she's going to include the stuff. I already sent you the letter, but she'll include all that stuff. And then she's going to start writing down like all of her notes, basically making copies and like organizing them for the library, including like the maps of the waste and all the stuff that she did out there. And then
and they've got some people there to be able to help you with all that stuff.
Cool.
This is exactly what the academy is here for, is for disseminating knowledge into the academy and
So yeah, she's
having others do services for them.
Yeah, so she'll start like writing out like basically their copy as like her sort of payment, I suppose, or whatever, and then she'll stay there for a couple hours and do that, and then after she feels that she's given them whatever, and then depending on the interaction as far as the bag, the cloak, and all that, she'll take off back to Sanj or whatever whenever it's all good.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, she's going. She sends off the information for the enchantment. That'll be a day or two before it comes back. You go through adding notes and records for the archives.
I'm going to add in all the stuff about the liquids that we found, like that sort of stuff. I'm going to add in like all of my translations of like the mage towers, that sort of stuff. I'm going to add in like all of the stuff about like any of the best ofs of the robot movements, from that book. The stuff about the talking head, I'm not going to give away that we're giving it a body, but and the algae and the moss, like on the bouncing rock. Oh, and then I'm also going to just like put it in so it's on record that there's a 60-foot robot powered by an interdimensional planar lady named Julia or Julia, if you will.
Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah. No, they take all that information.
And then once my hand gets cramped, I'll go back to the gate and like just sit down, crisscross applesauce, and wait for what I assume Sanj will just welcome me at the gate.
Right. Yeah. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead with that. You head over to the gates, and on your way, Sanj is walking with his older sister and a couple of guards, and one of the guards kind of points you out, and he says, Oh, that was the young one looking for you, Sanj. You know him is what I've been told. And Sanj goes, yeah, no, that's the friend I had with the birds. Hey, Riparian, what's going on?
If there's any shadows, I want to jump into one and like jump out like by Sanj and be like, look what I can do.
Yeah, you've got kind of the city streets next to you. You kind of hop from the shadow of a cart over to a building, and he just like gives you a fantastic, well played.
Isn't that awesome? Yeah, I just learned how to do it. It was pretty sweet. Check out this second pair of chucks I got. And I show him the ones with like the big knots on the end instead. I was like, you've seen the blade chucks, but you haven't seen these ones. These one knock you right in the noggin. You're out.
You had a second pair. You had a second pair made for me.
Yeah, but they're back at the Chateau de Magnus from like our trips in the Waste.
Oh, I see. I'll have to come visit.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
She writes on her hand, makes a third pair of chucks.
He's a rich boy. He assumes he gets gifts. Let me pull up. His older sister's kind of looks down towards you, and she's just like,
we met back at the building.
Sanj knew anyone out at the Chateau de Magnus. I know there's a new owner there.
Yeah, Mr. Zephyrus.
Or Mr. Zephyrus, yes. What is it you all do out there? Everyone is quite curious. There's been a bit of a buzz going about town.
Well, I think actually it would be like better if if you guys ever want to come out, I know Mr. Zephyrus would be pleased to make your acquaintance, as he would probably say. But that's probably like better for him to explain. Meeting. I'm not real good at that kind of stuff. I just kind of kick butt.
Oh, I see. You're one of his hired muscle.
Yeah, and then I also do lots of cool research and stuff. Speaking of which, got a couple cool things that I could tell you to you and or your parents that might be pertinent for stuff that's coming around the block.
I see. A meeting of the families is well in order then. If you have information to bring to us, I will work with Mother and Father and see about arranging that.
Sweet. We're going to be out the chateau for a while. So, if you guys want to come out, we got Willem. He's like really good in the kitchen. We got Strix. He's really great in the library. We got Mr. Wolf and Mr. Arthur and Mr. Ball.
That's right. I remember seeing you all at the tournament. Put on quite a show.
Yeah, all those guys. We're a pretty cool group. But yeah, I mean, you guys want to come out, just call upon us, I think is what you say. Call upon us, and then like we'll host a dinner party or something for you. Or if you guys got time right now, I could just tell you real quick. I don't know how
we're
professional
very busy today.
Oh, gotcha.
A quick stroll out because Sanj wanted to meet a friend.
Yeah, I got to get your steps in. I got you.
We'll make sure that we arrange it in the near future. A lot of things are happening, so it'll be good to know the new owners, not new owners, the new inhabitants of the chateau.
Exactly. And a teaser for you, there might be a bad guy with a 60-foot robot on the loose that can teleport through interdimensional planes. So keep that in mind when you're giving us... I have no idea
what a robot is, but it sounds like you have it well taken care of. I hope that you have a great rest of the day.
Cool. Well, Sanj, high five, and I hope to see you soon, and so you can get your chucks, and I'll give you your first chucks lesson. And then...
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, and then Mr. Wolf, he can show you some really cool moves because he's a pretty kick butt guy as well.
Yeah, they give you a farewell, and you hear Sanj as they're kind of walking away. Like, you hear that? I'm gonna learn how to use chucks. That's what those are called. And yeah, they make their way. It sounds like they are going to set up dinner plans with the chateau and the people that live there pretty soon.
Cool. And if there's if everything is taken care of and all of the right cogs are in progress, Riff is good, and she'll start slowly walking back, holding her checks to the chateau.
Wolf, how's the train situation?
Well, I mean, yeah, no, there's no train.
Good. So yeah, what did you want to do with your? You were sending them off to do.
Scouting. Just the scouts can go out and they can look for stuff.
You've got one group that comes back, and lets you know they weren't able to find anyone, but they were at least able to find some tracks.
Okay.
In kind of the western part of the forest, they were able to find some tracks that are of humanoids. They of two-legged creatures at least. Is what they're able to report back to you.
Okay, cool. Great. I guess we can get a party together and follow them.
Yeah, who do you want to take out?
How many sets of tracks?
They say there's about three unique sets.
Okay, so I need at least a party of probably 4. Well, I mean,
kind of intrigued by this. If you don't mind babysitting him.
No, not at all. Yeah, you can come. If anyone else wants to come, they can too. Maybe we can make this like a group hunt. I don't mind. It's not.
I wouldn't mind trying out my new machete.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll have Wolf. You'll kind of lead this endeavor as the captain of the soldiers.
Alrighty. Cool. Yep. We'll just head on out then. I guess. I mean, it can just be the 3 of us, and then like one of the other like scouts.
Sounds good. Yeah. One of the one that found the tracks goes with you. The lead of that group heads out with you and kind of shows you where they are.
Cool. And I'll tell him, stay close to me. You'll get to see me in action soon enough, and then you can learn quite a bit about real warfare.
Cool. Yeah, no, I'm glad we are doing this. He seems a little kind of uneasy about it. Seems he's been doing a lot of training, not a lot of hand life or death kind of stuff.
Right.
Okay. But takes you out there, takes, a better part of the morning to get out there. But you're able to find the tracks. They're in, a lightly forested area. If I can get checks from everyone to try and track out, follow these tracks, either survival or perception.
Nature?
Nature, if you like, yeah.
I'm going to do survival.
Survival.
It's 15.
15?
5.
5 on the nature.
That's ridiculous.
And unless you'd allow me to persuade the tracks into revealing their secrets to me, I rolled a 15.
Gotcha. Sounds good. Yeah, you can talk with the tracks all you like. But yeah, with the 15, you're able to follow the tracks for a good part of the day. It heads up north and then east. You do notice along the way that there was some sort of skirmish, and the tracks are a little easier to follow after this because it looks like they're tracking some blood afterwards. Ever so often on some of the brush is a bit of blood that's spilt. Go ahead and give me a nature check, Wolf.
Can I aid him or?
Yeah, go ahead and do it with advantage. You've got your token druid with you.
I have Ollie too. That helps.
My token druid. It sounds racist, but I don't think it is.
No, it's just classist.
It's a 15.
15? Yeah, you kind of take a look at the blood. You feel it a bit. I mean, you're not too familiar with a lot of beasts out in the world. But with this one, it does have an odd kind of shimmer to it. Like, you take a look at it and you're not sure what it is, but it is... It's different, and it's still a little wet. It's you can't tell that it's dried much, and it does. It has this odd little shimmer to it. Yeah.
And it is blood. It's not a different body fluid.
Yeah, it looks and acts like blood.
Gotcha.
You head off following the tracks a little easier now. And as you're getting towards the north, you're heading towards, it's probably a day's travel more, but you're getting closer to where that border is that lets you into the ethereal realm. That's kind of the end of the land here. Do you want to camp for the night, or do you want to continue into the night?
I'll see what Scory and Arthur think. Do you guys want to keep going, or do you want to camp?
I say we go while the trail is fresh, personally.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm inclined to do whatever Wolf wants to do, but if he's deferring to Scory, then one thing I was curious of, and this is just probably going to have to be DM discretion because I truly don't remember it, but remembering that Riff has a cool cloak and other people had cool things assigned to them, Arthur had this thing and then he died, and I don't know what we might have done with it. I can't remember if I said it was staying with Chateau.
What was it?
The silver lichen bell.
I think you had that installed at the chateau.
Okay. All right.
It was got like near the front door so that if you had any sort of shapeshifters, they would set it off.
Right. Okay.
If you want to say that you took it along with you, absolutely.
No, I wish I did, but I'm going to be honest. I think that hanging above the door was.
Still there. So they'll be warned of any werewolf attacks. You guys continue into the night, searching. If I can get a Constitution check from everyone, go ahead and just a Constitution saving throw, kind of pushing yourselves into the night.
10. I got a 16.
16?
Okay. 21.
21. And Arthur?
10.
10 is what you needed. So you feel tired, but you're still able to function at 100%. It takes you probably to about 2 a.m. before you catch something. Some chatter up in the distance. You hear some calls out that aren't animal calls. It's some sort of kind of a code between members of something up ahead.
Can we stealth to get closer so we can listen?
Absolutely. Give me a stealth check.
Do you want me to shapeshift into an animal and spy, or?
I also have Ollie, which we can use to spy with.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. If that would be easier, then Ollie can do that. Unless it would make more sense if a bird was passing over than a little demonic demon thing.
He can be invisible, but he can also become a rat or a raven.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, just have him go invisible and just report back.
All right. So as a little bird, Ollie heads out. Go ahead and give me a perception check from him to try and find these creatures.
With imps, do they take on the animal stats, or do they keep their own stats?
He keeps his own stats.
That's cool.
They're not that great, but that's a 10.
A 10? Ollie kind of heads up to try and find what's causing this noise, but is not able to. It looks like whoever's up there is hidden well enough that they're not able to be seen by this imp.
So he psychically relays that to me, and I just say, well, looks like Mr. Wolf was on to something there. We might have to sneak up a little closer and see what we can find.
What do you say, Captain Wolf?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, give me stealth checks.
Yeah.
Your cohort is going to as well. He gets a 20 total.
I got a 17. Not bad.
21 for Arthur.
21.
And 10 total.
Total on Scory. And Scory, you just being half orc?
Yep.
Okay. And as you're doing this, if I can have somebody give me a perception check to see if you see them.
I'll do
You
it.
feel pretty well hidden as you're heading up. You want to see. You want to try and find who your
15.
15. Yeah. You head up. You hear that chattering between people. Stepping through the woods. You catch a glimpse of one humanoid kind of jumping from one tree to another. You don't think you've been seen, and Scory kind of points it out to everyone.
Yeah.
And you see up in one of these trees, there is a cloaked figure with a long bow, looking ahead, kind of away from you all.
Not looking at us, not taking aim at us.
No.
Okay. Yeah. I motion. I do the eye thing up there, and I mime longbow.
And I look at you confused because we didn't discuss hand signals.
I whisper in your ear, longbow.
Oh, okay, right. I get that. Okay. Yeah, and Wolf tells you guys, right, we're going to use Alpha Pack tactics on 3. Ready? Go! And then I just run at the guy and I hurl my axe at him up in the tree.
All right. I'll give you a surprise round on this. Absolutely. Yeah, to hurl that axe.
Well, Arthur and I are looking at each other. What is Alpha Pack tactics?
Yeah. You see the soldier is running with that's been with you is running up with Wolf. He's been trained in the proper tactics. He knows what to do.
Okay. I'm going to try to flank on the left. Wherever he's going, I'm going to go slightly around to the left.
Sounds good.
And that is Alpha Wolf Pack tactics.
Do you think he meant for me to change into a wolf?
Okay, I'm gonna throw my axe.
All right.
So that's a 15.
15 just misses.
Okay. Well, now I don't have my axe.
Yeah. You fling it, and they kind of like turn their head at the sound of the whooshing, just in time for it to kind of like, swing over their heads. It kind of nicks them with the hilt of it. And you see right after you, your soldier is going to throw a javelin that does make contact, dealing 5 damage to them. And since they're up in a tree, they stay up there. They don't get knocked off, and you hear them just let out a loud whistle.
The student has become the teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah. I look at the javelin throw and I go, yes, you've been watching me closely, I see.
Alpha Wolf Pack tactics. I got this. And so we'll go kind of just a generic initiative here. I'll have Wolf, Scory, Arthur, and then everyone else will go. So Wolf, you're up again.
Okay, I'm gonna get one of my javelins out and then throw that.
All right.
And I'm gonna tell the soldier, no, this is how we really do it.
And he's watching intensely.
And that's a nat 20.
Ooh, very nice. Let's see the damage on that. So that's full damage, and then add the a d6, I think, is for the javelin.
That'll be 14 damage.
14. Makes the same throw. Stays up. It's just got 2 javelin just stuck in as he kind of like turns. He hits some of the branches. Isn't really able to maintain a lot of balance up there, but is hanging on still. Scory, you are up next.
So we've got the guy up in the tree. Have we identified any other?
You have not.
Okay. That's concerning. I'm going to... Actually, this is how it happens. People start to hear branches breaking around us, and all of a sudden there are 4 black bears that emerge from the forest around us, and one of them is going to try to scurry up the tree to get this culprit.
Easy enough. You kind of you just notice these bears come from up from around you. One of them races up the tree and is right next to the archer up there, who just screams, "Bear!"
Mm-hmm. And does the bear get an attack on this turn?
The spell should tell you that. It should tell you what's going on with those. That's the fun part about summoning things is...
Yeah. It says roll initiative for the summoned creatures as a group.
Roll initiative. Okay, so I'll just put them at the end with everything else as well. So they're positioned around the bottom of the tree, and then there's one up there as well.
Cool. And I'm going to take cover behind a tree.
Easy enough to do. Yeah, you've got full cover from them. Arthur Magnus, what are you doing?
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna hex that guy.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna Eldritch Blast his Bobo.
Get him. His Bobo's there.
Oh yeah.
It's not a Bobo-less archer.
That's the episode title. His Bobo's there.
19
hits.
One of them. Okay, and then a 23 on the next.
23 hits.
For 14 damage.
And he falls from the tree, escaping the bear that's up there, landing in the middle of the other 3 bears.
Yes.
With that, it is going to be the enemy's turn. Oh no, we've still got your soldier as well. He's going to rush up, assuming these bears are friendly, and engage with this archer here, making an attack with his. What does he have? What's this guy have, Wolf?
I'll say he's got I guess like a short sword.
Short sword. All right, yeah, he's got a short sword.
Simple.
And a shield in the other hand there. Comes in, misses, but rallies himself and is got a defensive stance there. That archer is up and kind of stands up and looks around and is going to just try and attack the person, hoping the bears maybe are feral and will attack anyone. Got a short sword he pulls out. One is going to hit. The other misses. Our friend takes 6 damage. Isn't able to block it, but blocks the second strike. You hear some rustling in the trees ahead. You hear a thud from one of them as another enemy, another poacher falls. And you catch this one. This one's up ahead about 30 feet. But you're not able to see the other one, who lets loose 2 arrows. And one is going for Wolf, and the other one is going for one of the bears. Going to be 22 to hit for each.
That's a hit on
that's
a bear.
That's a hit on me.
The bear is going to take 13 damage.
One bear is down.
Take 10.
I take 10?
10, yeah, as an arrow comes for you. The bears are up. Go ahead and have them make attacks against the enemy.
And I don't know if you heard, but that downed one of them. So one of them just evaporates because it's technically fey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you hear it just kind of howl as it disappears into the earth.
Okay, so we've got a multi-attack of 22 to hit.
That hit.
Awesome. 7 piercing. Or no, I'm sorry. Yeah, 7 piercing damage.
Okay.
Am I doing them each like 3 attacks? Essentially?
Yeah.
Okay. And then for the second attack on that first bear, it is 13 to hit.
13's a miss.
Okay.
I'm trying to get 16 is the AC.
Okay. First one misses. Ooh, there we go. The second bear hits with another 22 and another 7 damage. Ooh, natural 20 for the third bear.
Very nice.
On the first attack. And then the second attack is misses. So for the first one, it is 8 plus 6, 14 damage.
All right.
And that's it for the bears.
Yeah, this one is taken out. The bears just ravage into him and tear this archer, limb from limb. That's the bears. There's one up top. I'll say he just climbs down.
Yeah.
Back up to Wolf.
Sweet. Where's my axe?
Your axe, you see it just on the other side of the tree there. It's kind of between you and the other archer that fell and is prone.
Okay. I'm actually going to go up to the archer that's prone, and I'm going to take out my hand axe.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack him with my hand axe.
Yeah, he's prone, so you have advantage on the attack.
I'll enter rage first.
Sounds good. You hear the animals around you just erupt into a howl.
And I'll take a... No, actually, that's fine. Okay, all right, cool.
The forest is on our side, friends.
That's a nat 20.
Yeah.
Heck yes. You guys are getting some nat 20s on this little encounter. You got the boon of the Black Wolf with you.
That's right.
So that's going to be 15 damage.
15 damage. Yeah, you come up and just bury an axe into this guy.
Hell yeah. Cool. I still have an extra attack, and is that guy is he dead?
He's not dead. He's
okay.
Bleeding profusely, but
okay. Well, then I'll attack him again with the hand axe.
Let me see it.
Do I have advantage too?
Yeah, they're prone, so any melee attacks are advantage.
That is going to be a 21.
That's a hit.
That's going to be 12 damage.
Yeah, you just pull the axe out and then just slam back into the same wound, just cutting into kind of between the shoulder and chest there. Staying right on top of him.
Yeah.
Okay. Scory, you're up next.
All right. I am going to charge the remaining person, the one that didn't fall, I guess.
Yeah, they're up in a tree off kind of the other side. So you have to climb up the tree to do it.
I really wanted to use my machete. I probably have to make a check, don't I, to climb?
To climb the tree would be a check. Yeah, an athletics check.
Okay, well, would it take my action?
No,
or would it be the movement? Okay, yep. I'm going to try. We're going to do this. Ooh. It's a 19 plus something.
Yeah, easy enough.
Wahoo.
You see where the tree that they're up. You grab one of the branches, pull yourself up onto that, and then jump over to where they are, and kind of like grab onto the top, and you're in melee with them.
Yeah, and my mask is down, and I say "boo" as I draw my scimitar and attack with it.
They're not too spooked, but they're not happy you're up here.
Oh, we'll get a load of this. Non-natural 20 to hit.
That hit?
You're right, it does. But that's only 6 damage. Now, when I strike with this, what does the bleeding effect or the broken effect do that you mentioned? Or was that just flavor for the enchantment? You said when it's in somebody, it causes them to
that
bleed.
was just that was just the It's
Okay.
it's simply just a magical weapon, so it's a +1 to attack and damage.
Okay,
rolls.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'm tired of not having a magical weapon. So
For to do
6
something extra, costs extra.
6 damage.
6 damage. Yeah, you cut into them and you are engaged now. Up next is Arthur.
Okay, and how many enemies can I see?
You see one engaged with Wolf on the ground, and then one up in a tree engaged with Scory.
Okay,
They're still up there.
I'd like to use my because that other one died, right? So
yeah,
I'd like to use my bonus action to move my hex from the one that died to the one that is engaged with Wolf.
Okay,
and then I'm going to twin spell my Eldritch Blast so that I can attack both of them.
Okay,
so I can have 4 Bobo Blasts, 2 on each.
Sounds good.
I'll start with the one on Wolf. 12 for the first one. I think it's a miss, right?
Yeah.
And then
16 hit.
Okay, 16 for the second one then.
Okay.
That's that sweet hex damage, baby. Heck yes. That is 12, 14. So 12 force damage and 2 necro damage.
Yeah, you blast into him.
And then
the one up in the tree?
The one up in the tree. Oh, hell yes. 19 for one, 23 for the other.
Those hit.
And that is 9. Oh, whoops. I did the math wrong on that other one. Anyway, it doesn't matter. 9, 13 damage, force damage.
13 damage, all right. And that's the first one or both?
And that's both attacks.
Both attacks, okay. Perfect. Yeah, you hit them with the first one. They hang on. With the second one, though, they lose their balance and fall straight to the ground prone. And they even take a bit of damage as they fall. Rolled a 20 and then a 1 to stay up.
They're probably just innocent people out here.
The bears are up next. What are the bears doing?
The one that just fell on the ground, they're gonna immediately
just go and ravage that one.
Yeah.
He falls on the ground. The bears go over to that one. The one wolf that you're kind of hacking into, they kind of just look up at you and they're just like, stop, surrender. I don't want any of this.
All right, I'll accept your surrender.
Thank you. Sorry.
Right, good. Now get out of my woods or suffer.
And they get up and they grab their bow and they just start taking off into the woods.
Perhaps we should have figured out what was up with them, but
victory nonetheless. Yes.
Very good, Captain. That was fantastic.
I know. You can hear it in the trees and in the wind.
Do we go after them?
the sound of my victory.
Do we hunt them further or?
No. You should not chase chase your enemy when they are clearly defeated. Sure, we could have figured out their motives, but what's the point? Victory is the ultimate goal.
That's right. We kept him out. We're kept keeping him out of the forest. That's the goal, right?
Exactly, and I'm sure this won't come back to bite us.
All
right, back to the chateau.
All right, you finish up the hunt of the poachers. The ones the bears kind of tore into. You're able to grab some identifying, kind of stuff from them. You send that on to Willem as you get back, and he kind of starts taking into account, some of that stuff. Compiling a list of notes on those that are hunting out there.
The forest is safe again, friends.
Yeah, the forest is safe again. As you're kind of heading back, though, you see that kind of odd shimmering blood that was whatever they were tracking. Some of the branches and stuff just kind of move as you move past it. Wolf, go ahead and give me a perception check. And you stop at one of these little sections where some of the blood is, and you kind of just get this odd sensation that passes through you.
Non-natural 20.
Mm-hmm. You kind of stop as the rest of the group kind of continues forward a few paces, and you look behind you, and this feeling like you've been being followed kind of just hits you all at once as you see in front of you a dark looking horse with red eyes just kind of looking at you, and they have this kind of red mane that just flows, and at the ends it's kind of a wispy white.
That's not good.
Is it just staring at me?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I got my axe before we left.
I assumed.
You didn't. No, you didn't.
The horse has got it in its teeth.
Yeah.
Just beats the shit out of you with your own axe.
Just it beheads me with my own axe. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of motion to Arthur and Scory. There's a horse with red eyes.
You guys kind of stop and look back. You see the horse as well.
I don't know if this is good or bad.
Well, ahoy there, horsey.
Here, let's a little snort, and you see a bit of smoke comes out of its nostrils.
We mean you no harm.
I want to smoke too, and I puff on my pipe and blow it out of my nostrils.
I want to cast Speak with Animals on myself.
Okay.
And say, we mean you no harm. Yet.
Good.
Why?
You all no harm either.
Why are you here?
To give my thanks yet again.
Is this your blood that they were tracking?
Oh, it's the Black Wolf. They were hunting me, yes. I in a weakened state sometimes in these woods. Your friend there saved me before, long ago. I have to pay the debt that's due.
Which friend did they indicate?
They kind of nod over to Wolf.
Okay. I translate all that, or relay all that.
Well, sorry, but I have to say this or I'll die. Well, any black horse with glowing red eyes is free to roam protected on the lands of the Lords. Magnus? Go ahead, Wolf.
That was so worth it.
Yeah.
I saved you? That sounds like me. I'm very merciful, so yes, that makes sense.
And you begin to hear this in your mind, Wolf, as they kind of speak. He says, "It was long ago, before your lifetime."
Well, now I'm lost. All right.
You came to me in a dream.
Oh, okay. I'm tracking again.
You saved me then, and you saved me now.
It's what I and the Wolf Pack does.
If you are in need of the services of a mighty steed, then I offer my services as such until the day you die.
Wow, that's okay. I accept. Dark Horse.
Good. Now,
Can I
ride?
Can I ride you?
That is what I'm here for.
Oh yes. I am mounting a dark steed. This is getting so metal.
You get onto this nightmare horse, and you feel this connection with it. You can speak telepathically with it now, and you have a nightmare as a mount.
What? With your flaming axe?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Sick.
All the coolest shit.
He becomes the headless horseman.
You head back to the chateau.
Wolf, why are you crying?
I've always wanted a nightmare horse.
The soldier friend
it's
that
happy
you're with is just agape. Just does not know what is happening, but their respect for Wolf and has grown 3 sizes this day.
And it's a nice double entendre because nightmare, like a horse, mare.
Yeah, that's kind of part of the.
Yeah, we all kind of
Yeah. You all head back to the chateau. I want to switch over to Ball and what Ball wants to gonna do during this week period.
Yeah, I got a few things. Of course, work on my arcane lock on my little hidden pouch.
Yeah.
I also want to talk to Aura. I want to show her the UFO.
Oh yeah. I'm supposed to be getting this out of this room.
Yeah, we can just move it into the lab there. And actually, if you could construct a large passageway that could open up out of the lab.
Oh, easy enough. Yeah, like a big window that we can open and shut and lock.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll put it on the list.
Why don't you just hop in there real quick? You see, this is a seat. Go ahead and have a seat.
Okay.
And I close the top thing on it.
Ooh, interesting.
Okay, now just pull that lever, and I push the lever that pushes it, that goes towards the lab.
Okay. So this is the one that makes it go forward, huh?
Yeah, into the lab.
We have a new way into the chateau, it seems.
Cool.
The first fucking cosmonaut in space.
Yeah. If you remember how this thing worked last time, it was very fast. It was able to move and get places, and it was kind of in a big open desert when you were using it. She pulls the lever, and a moment later, she's gone, and there's a hole in the wall.
Paul just kind of stands there, looks at the hole, like, all right, that worked.
And you don't see her for a few days.
When she gets back, I ask her how her adventure was.
Yeah, we'll get to that. What else were you wanting to do?
She's missing some teeth.
You spend the time needed in that week to do the arcane lock spell on the pocket that you have.
Yeah, I also wanted to go through that book that was on the skeleton guy.
Yeah, you can go through that. You spend a good amount of time with that. The big things that you find out are it's a bunch of scattered notes about a temple. A temple that is somewhere in the wastes. It has something to do with an old deity. I would say spending a good amount of time with it. You kind of keep coming back to it, every so often, once a day. When you're holding the book, you remember a name, the name of this kind of old deity. But when you put the book down, it leaves your mind and you forget about it. And you don't remember it until you pick it up again. And it takes like 3 or 4 times before that catches. And you're holding the book and you're, wait a second, I've remembered this before. And then you set the book down. Yeah, you write it down, and like you see that piece of paper later on, and it's just gibberish.
It says Melissa.
Yeah, it's an odd quirk to these notes.
I'm not sure what to do with that. It's interesting. I would want to talk to Scory about it, since it seems to be some kind of like hidden magical thing that it has. And he has like disenchanted paper and stuff in the past for us.
Yeah, he has kind of Scory about it. Scory, you notice the same thing. You both kind of like hold onto the book and you know this name of something, but then you forget about it. And it's like somebody has to hold on to it and like get the other's attention to remember what you were doing.
Mr. Ball, if I read it out to you while you're not simultaneously holding and reading this book with me, do you think you would be able to recall what I say?
Yeah, you go ahead and do that.
What?
and Ball, you don't hear anything when he says it. It seems that whatever that name is, you can only remember or even hear or perceive when holding on to those notes.
Well, sew this paper to your skin.
Is there like any kind of detail about where this tower is, or like
Not
in the wastes?
Actually, with Scory kind of taking a look at it as well, the markers for it, the scrapped bits of clues that you do find in this, it reminds you of the calcified tree that you found in the desert.
Okay.
You'd bet money that's where it's referencing.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely relay that to Mr. Ball. It might even be worth bringing in Riff whenever she gets back from her.
I'm probably already back if you guys had a whole battle.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and this is taking place over a week. This is we don't.
At some point, we bring in Riff.
Timeline.
Hi, Riff here.
Yeah.
I'm back. What do you need?
You're all in there like kind of library with Strix grabbing books and stuff. You go over the same thing. You kind of hold on to this tome and these notes and that name. And Riff, you've read these before. You remember finding it, and only when you pick it back up do you realize that you remembered that name before too.
Oh no!
But when you let go of the notes, it's gone.
Oh, dang.
Do you guys want me to try to dispel whatever enchantment this might be?
I'll go ahead and do a what is it called? Where you understand what the magic is.
Identify
on it first.
Okay.
A magic check?
There's all kinds of magic checks. You got Arcana checks, detect magic, identify.
We'll just do a magic check, Alex.
Yeah. But yeah, Ball, you go ahead and cast Identify on kind of the loose papers. It's tough to do because it's not just one book, but you're able to kind of grab something on with your magic, and it comes back with there's enchantment magic and illusion magic and a marrying of the two. That is just deep into these papers. And something you get from it is it's not the magic of the item itself, it's the magic of the knowledge. And as you kind of like you get this epiphany, you're like, oh, that's what it is. And once that spell fades, it leaves your memory again. And it's just kind of this like I can almost remember something. There's something just deep and secretive about this magic. It's a magic that doesn't want to be known.
Does that realization fade as well? That it's illusory and it's not the item itself?
I would say that
doesn't
stays. Fade.
Okay.
Yeah. There's an epiphany moment that is lost after this. But you do find it's definitely illusion magic and enchantment magic. It's more powerful than most of the magics you've seen or dealt with. And the magic itself is the knowledge, not the item.
That's pretty sweet.
I'd say let the horse look at it.
Do you relay any of that, Mr.
Oh, yeah,
Ball?
of course.
Yeah. Okay. I pull down my mask, and I've got that one illusion seeing glass.
Mm-hmm.
See if that helps with anything.
And you see, it has a bit of illusion magic on it.
Okay. But it doesn't help me cut through it.
Right.
Just identify it. Okay.
Yeah. It just kind of highlights in color different magic.
Well, thank you for bringing me into this really frustrating puzzle, Mr. Ball. I appreciate that. Now I've got something else to keep me up at night.
All right. So yeah, you can uncover some of the secrets of the journal. Was there anything else you wanted to do, Ball, during this week?
Well, we will need to go in and get our gold for the God, my brain is just so bad.
The contract.
Yeah, easy enough. You kind of talk with Willem about that, and he's already putting together and talking with the Lord and the Lady of Turlin. It looks like they're setting up a meeting at the chateau in the coming week or in the coming weeks, and that's one of the things that they'll be going over during that.
I still need to do a fair bit of stuff in town too. I don't know what time we're at.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. We'll kind of leave that there for now. I think what we'll do next time is go into this meeting with the Lord and the Lady. But yeah, no, I think that is a good place to stop for today's episode. We will head into next one having that meeting. Thank you guys so much for joining us around our proverbial podcast table. I've been your DM, Alex, and with me has been
Dash as Wolf riding the great black steed into war.
Bentley Michaels as Rafirian Night Meadow.
Rhett as Arthur.
Caleb as Scory Tilburn.
And Milo is Bull.
Grab your swords and keep on adventuring.
Follow us across all platforms with Chaotic Amateurs. Please subscribe, rate, and review our show on your podcast app of choice to help us climb the charts and find new adventurers. Or become a patron on Patreon to help our heroes continue their quest. Thank you for listening to Chaotic Amateurs.